Hi guys, welcome to another Eagle 6 production. What we're going to be doing today is talking about the Toyko Marui standard size capacity magazines. Obviously these are the magazines with the bolt stop function that work on the Sopmod or recoil. Some people have been having troubles with them gunking up, me myself. Sometimes when you're firing it just doesn't shut off the gun like it should do. Sometimes, especially on singles, sometimes you have to go to flick to full auto to get it to turn the gun off. What happens is sort of dirt and debris, obviously from when you drop a magazine into a dump pouch or on the floor, and suddenly you get a bit of dirt around here. As and when you feed magazines, dirt goes inside, and obviously slowly over time it stops the follower either feeding the BBs or the lever here operating the bolt catch function. So if you find yourself either a magazine is not feeding or the bolt stop not working, then that's probably because your magazine is gunked up. So try another magazine. If it fixes the problem, then obviously yeah, it's either all of your magazines or one of your magazines gunked up. On a separate note, if you guys want obviously we'll be doing this tutorial today, but if you guys have any ideas on for other tutorials, or requests, then obviously I can sort of look into try and do other ones, or players' requests for particular videos or guides or how-tos, that sort of thing. So yeah, but I'll show you how easy these are to take apart in comparison to other mags. Normally when you take apart a magazine, it's like basically two halves put together over a spring. So when you take it apart, the spring usually goes and it's quite difficult to get back in. I've got an M14 mag, but I still haven't put back together. Basically, if you're on the bottom of the side of my magazine here is a screw, which is an Allen key. So we undo this, put him safely aside. Okay, once that screw is undone, the top section or the middle section, so the insides will come straight out of the metal case. So we put the metal case to one side. Inside here we see the insides, and also you'll see the switch here for the 30 rounds limitation on it, and the 80 rounds for the magazine. You'll see later when we take it apart how simple this is. It literally just moves a blockage in front of the channel there, and literally just limits. You can't put any more BBs in past that point there. So 30 rounds. Obviously when you open it back up, the BBs can be fed all the way around, and therefore you have your 82 rounds. Yeah, ingenious but very simple. I mean, for future reference, it's not marked on here for 30 or something, but if you just picture where the channel initially goes in from the hole here, channel down there, 30 rounds, because it blocks it. Okay, so if you're worried whether yours are 30 rounds or 82 rounds, rather than counting how many BBs are going into it, just use this and then you can sort of figure it out for yourself. Turn it over, then we'll have all these Phillips screws that need to come out. What you want to do is start with this one here. It's one Phillips screw which holds down a trapdoor, so to speak, which if you take this out, it will allow you to slide out the spring. So we just open the trapdoor, and as you lift out the trapdoor, a little spring guide, and the spring pulls out of the mag along with the end of it. Right, so what you want to do is the end is basically a two-part thing which goes there, and when it's fed back in, it can only be fed in a certain way because there's a little notch there that lets you know where you want to feed it back in. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll put this to one side here, so spring and feeder thing. Right. What we'll do is there could be many things, over tightness here on these particular screws might clamp down on the levers. So those people who have already gone in and cleaned out the magazines and are potentially having problems, that might be because they're over too tight, too clamped down. So maybe lube it up a little bit inside and then tighten it up. really you should be periodically cleaning these out. It's a bit of hassle, but alright, that's the magazine as it comes apart. And here's the follower. Right, now we've got the two halves apart. You can see just, I mean, this is obviously a magazine I've been playing with recently. You can sort of see down this channel here, sort of get all the way down here, then we start to see there's quite large bits of leaf and stuff. I don't know if you can see that in there, bit there, and around the lever itself. I mean, just moving it with my fingers here, I mean there's nothing going on, but it's actually fairly tough to move this. So yeah, it might be worthwhile for anybody, you know, with these magazines to potentially just pop this bit out here. Obviously it's got dirt on it, so clean it up anyway, but inside here potentially maybe adding a bit of lubricant, either a bit of grease or a bit of oil into this particular part, just so that this, because it is stiff to move up and down, so maybe if we can get this, you know, moving up and down a little bit easier when the follower pops up and knocks it down, because the lever pivots from this one, might get the whole process, because some people it does come up a little feebly, so maybe that's why it comes up a bit feebly, you know. But right, we'll start with just a damp cloth, and I'll take this lever out first, clean him up. I mean, try and make a conscious effort of where and what direction these things come from, but it's fairly obvious. Take the case, just mop it up a bit. It's surprising how much gets all inside it. So that side nice and clean, and just dry off. Alright, now we've got the follower. That's obviously got the large end at the bottom, and the small end at the top for future reference. We've got another lever here. Now this section at the top here is spring loaded. It might look gunky, but honestly really there's nothing to that. Okay, so this particular spring loaded bit here, I would leave that unless you really want to pull that apart and then try and get the spring back in there. There's really no need to pull him out. Just give him a bit of a hold it in so that the spring doesn't ping out, and just give it a bit around there. Clean up the inside track, around the switch. How about you get back in switch? Just a bit more around there. So it wasn't as bad as the other one. Right. Just make sure your lever's clean as well.